Hey everyone, this is our group's Visual Analytics Term Project presentation for Data 2210, and today's date is April 15, 2025. Project objectives. So going into the project, our group had three primary goals for our data analysis. The first being to predict future sales trends of chocolate based on historical data. The second goal was to gain the ability to answer this question based on our analysis. Which new chocolate would sell best in regions with similar brands? The third and final goal was to develop an analysis for chocolate distributing companies to make informed business decisions and to identify market trends. So the project data set, we used a data set called chocolate sales data from the website Kaggle. Its usage, it could be used to support businesses in the chocolate industry through supporting their ability to set pricing strategies, prepare sales forecasts, and complete inventory management with efficiency. The outline of the data set consisted of 7 columns, the first being date, then product name, followed by category, quantity sold, revenue, customer segment, and finally location. The data set also provided us with some important information regarding product details, sales quantities, and revenue. The source for anyone who's interested in looking at the data set for themselves is at the Kaggle website, and you can see the link at the bottom of the screen. So data analysis tools used. So we use both tools in predictive and prescriptive analysis. For predictive analysis, we used regression analysis tools, time series analysis tools, and machine learning models. For prescriptive analysis, we used optimization models as well as recommendation systems. So this is our first visualization. It is a map of chocolate sales data. The heat map is of countries where the chocolate is sold, and it shows higher or lower total chocolate sales. So the higher amount has a red tint to it, as you can see with the United States of America on the map. The whiter countries like Canada are in the middle of the amount of chocolate sold, and the bluer countries like Australia, New Zealand, and India all had less chocolate sales compared to the United States and Canada. Visualization 2, sum of product sales per country. So as you can see on the y-axis is the product, going from smooth, silky, salty to 50% dark bites, etc., etc. And on the x-axis is the amount, going up by 20K, 40K, 60K, all the way to 360,000. Each country, as you can see in the legend on the right side, is represented by its own color. Blue for Australia, orange for Canada, red pinkish for India, bright blue for New Zealand, green for the UK, and yellow for the United States of America. The third visual is a sum of product sales per month. So on the y-axis is the products, which includes 50% dark bites all the way down to white chalk. The x-axis is the date, broken up into 2 separate years, 2021 and 2022, as well as the 3 quarters that make up each year, and the month. As you can see, January, February, March, so on and so on. The darker blue that The darker blue that's shown is the higher amount of sales, and the lighter the color for each number that you guys see is represents a smaller amount of sales. Visualization 4 is the salesperson performance. So the y-axis consists of the amount, goes from 320,000 all the way down to the bottom being 0. Each salesperson is represented on the x-axis, and each color has its own product, as you guys can see in the legend on the right-hand side of the screen. So the key findings for Visual 1, the heat map of countries showing areas with higher or lower total chocolate sales. The Canada and the United States had higher total chocolate sales than the other countries. Visual 2, the sum of product sales per country, the bar graphs showing countries' total sales by chocolate bar typing. The key finding from that visual was that smooth, silky salty sells better in Canada and raspberry choco outsells salty in the United States. Visual 3, sum of product sales per month. That was the visualization that shows total chocolate bar sales by period. The key finding from Visual 3 was after Nines and Mint Chip Choco show highest sales number in darker coloring, indicating best product sales being in the Mint class. The fourth visual, salesperson performance, the visualization that was a breakdown of total chocolate bar sales by typing for salesperson. The graph indicated that Chess Bonnell and Medellin Upcut sell the most chocolate overall, and which chocolate bar types sold better for each person. Individual salesperson sales would not indicate Mint being the most popular choice, interestingly enough. So here are our final recommendations. By reading these visualizations, one might assume Mint chocolate sales to do better in the months of January and February, possibly indicating an uptake in demand due to post-Christmas sales to alleviate massive amounts of inventory. With sales being higher in the US and Canada overall, Mint chocolate sales tend to do better in India. One may deviate from choosing to sell individual items like raspberry choco and smooth, silky, and salty in countries like the US and Canada. In lieu, choose to sell Mint items in January and February in countries like India. Heat mapping shows limited sales in India, being the country has a higher population than most. One may deduce this to be a country to place more salespeople and increase sales, add more marketing, and open more Mint chocolate businesses in India. Here's a quick look at all of our references. And that is it for our presentation. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best in the remainder of the semester. Thank you.